Hello everyone. I'm Aleksandra I'm the house coach, and I welcome you all on behalf of the House Coaching Institute. I'm very happy to have the possibility to conduct this live today. We were supposed to be here with Kirsten Steno, the founder of House Coaching and the House Coaching Institute. However, she cannot be here today and she sends all her love, and I'm gonna be the host and have the pleasure to have a wonderful guest, a wonderful woman, and a very special guest because she was my very first house coaching client, Sylwia. And I see she's there. I see we have some guests already. Hi, Cici. Hello, everyone. I think we can wait for a second longer. Can you write if everybody hears everything clearly? If everything will be fine, I will ask Sylwia to join shortly. Just a second or more. Oh, great. I think we see and hear each other. So Sylwia, if you can join me here, I will let you in. And we will share some details of your house coaching process you went through last year. I think everybody will be curious what impact house coaching can have on people. Great. Yes, I have your request. Just a second. Yes, go. Hi. Hi, Sylwia. Just a second. Yes, I have the accept. Yes, we are.
Yeah, success.
Hi. So nice to see you and have you here.
Good to hear you, and good that I managed to work it through technically, because this is my main worry.
No problem. This is my very first live, so everybody I think will be patient, and now we are here so we can talk. So if you can introduce yourself, who are you and what are you doing professionally, and where do you live?
My name is Sylwia. I live in Warsaw and I'm a lawyer. That's all, and I'm your friend.
Yes, so now you said how did it happen that you decided to go for a house coaching, but tell us something about the space you came to me with.
I came with one of my rooms. I have 3 rooms in my apartment. The room is, I didn't have any idea for this space at all. It was, at first it was a bedroom, then it was sort of laundry and a room where you store different furniture and stuff. You don't know what to do with it. And that's it. It was like, then when the pandemic started, I bought desk so that I could work easily at home. And apart from that, this room didn't have any specific purpose.
So it didn't have like precise purpose, and it was decorated quite randomly, having these purposes coming on the way, right?
Yes, and it was quite a big waste, because I have a nice view from this room, and it's bigger than the room where my bedroom is organized. And it's big with nice view and quite light, so it was ways that I didn't have an idea how to spend time in here. It was like my whole apartment was limited to a living room and the bedroom. Like I avoided even entering here.
And how did you feel when you finally entered the room? How was it being in these four walls?
Well, it was like My first word I used when I described this room is that it's quite boring because it had white walls. Everything was light and white and no colors, no specific sense in the purpose of any part of this room, and I felt like a disappointment. It was not welcoming.
Mm-hmm. So how the process started, the house coaching process, when there were these white walls, and did you discuss the walls, and did you think about their precise purpose?
Yeah, my house coach had, I think, quite a big difficulty with me because I didn't know what to say about most of the questions that were raised, because the idea, usually when an architect comes to you, you have any specific ideas which the architect only implements. And in this case, it was more difficult because I didn't have any idea what I want, how to change it, and how to make it pleasant and welcoming and useful.
That's
So,
right.
so I'm not sure if it works every time this way, but with me it was definitely difficult. I still don't exactly know how you did it. You just asked the right questions. Maybe this is the way how it should always work, but you asked the right questions. What do you feel good about, for example? What are your good thoughts around? What would you like to see to feel good? And this is completely different approach, because these are the questions I didn't ask to myself when I was thinking about the color of the wall or what I would like to have on this wall, and even the purpose of the room. So it was like decorating from the complete different angle.
Yeah, that's right. And you said something about limiting thoughts, which are absolutely normal. And I think every person who thinks about redecorating the room comes across and has to overcome them. And that's why we started discussing the feelings and the thoughts that come along with each wall. And that was easier to precise what is for, what is against, what do you like about the wall, and what do you dislike. And then, step by step, we work these limiting thoughts through. So these thoughts were numerous. I remember that, as you said, the room had too many purposes, and
And
it
at
was
the same time, no purpose.
And going deeper, it was supposed to be the whole different room. But eventually, I remember that we came to a hopeful conclusion that you can create your life and shape it the way you want, and then create a space. Can you tell us more about this, the overcoming of this thought?
Yes, first of all, one of the limiting thoughts you recognized when we discussed it is that once I decide one purpose for the room, it will be like defining of my life. I didn't even know I had this thinking in my head. So when we discussed how the room can be arranged, I was quite stuck with the ideas, and when you presented the ideas, it felt like quite normal that this is possible to change, and the change is normal. So even if I decide on something, it can be changed if my life will change in a way that the room will need to adjust. So I don't know which change was first, but I said that I don't like to be alone, and I hate being alone. Actually, I love company of people and friends and family. I needed a space for my guests to stay and to stay overnight or longer. And this is how the couch in this room was that important. And after that, we arranged the room this way. I had a friend who stayed for a few months, and I had a company of my friend who's using this room when she comes to Poland, and she's traveling a lot. So once the idea for the room was completed, magically something happened, and my life adjusted in a way that this part of the room is being used.
So the change happened not only to the space, but only to you and your life.
Yes, somehow. I'm not sure how it works, but I think if someone asks you, do you have a place when I can stay for a night, because I would like to spend some time longer with you, and maybe I don't need to book a hotel, then you say yes, because I have this kind of room. And maybe this is how it works. It's like a domino of consequences.
And tell me some more about your personal space there, and what is the most important part for you?
Oh, I think the most important part for me, actually, I thought it would be the shelves with books, because I love this part. Usually, I love to be surrounded by books, but so far I didn't have any space for listening to music. Usually, it's in living room. We organized something. Maybe I will show some of this. I'm not sure if this is the right moment, but you will see.
Fantastic.
This is how I have a place, and with this little fellow.
Oh, the best.
And I have a place to hear my music, and obviously I can play music on my phone. It's accessible now everywhere, but when I'm working here by my desk with my computer, and I have this music posters or these albums, which are really, really visible and inviting me to hear them, it's like more easy to remember that this is something that I like. This is something that I can do even during my working hours, because this will make maybe my day more pleasant. And because it is that visible, it's on the level of my eyes here.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have to, it's like forcing my mind to think about something pleasant to myself. So everything that is organized on the left side of the room here, it's for my pleasure.
That is very important.
And it's completely accessible. And once I even heard that this is actually the way of approach to fixing new ways of behaving during the day. If you want to do something more often,
Mm-hmm.
have it more accessible, have it more visible, so that it will just scream to you, take me, listen to me.
Oh, fantastic. So you have what you like the most, which means the music, accessible and at your hand, to remind you of the time for yourself and have some rest in this beautiful interior, and how it makes you happy and happier and fulfilled.
Yeah.
And also we discussed that friends are so important for you. As you said, you are even having them spending time with you longer, and you have this friends wall, right? Because when it is one of the tools when you have your friend at hand to remind you that you are still surrounded by the people you love.
Yeah, this is a work in progress, because once I put it on the wall, I now feel this is not big enough. It should be the way it is, the big picture here. So when I saw it on the wall, it looked good, but what brings my best memories should be maybe more visible, more
Even bigger.
just bigger. And there's also a wall with my adventures.
Mm-hmm. Also important.
Also important part. So as you see, all of the things I like, not maybe all of, but most of the things I like in my life are surrounding me, even if I have work. So this is also the part
Mm-hmm.
of the room which is useful and it's necessary to have. But when being surrounded with place like that, when you have place to maybe even work, but in more comfortable position,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe listen to the music at the same time and working, and it makes spending the time on your work more pleasant.
That's good to hear. So, what was the biggest transformation in your opinion?
I think all of it, actually, from the beginning, because we started from nothing. In my opinion, I don't even remember much about this room. Like, it never existed for me.
And about you internally?
And internally, from me, I have my personal space, I think, which takes care of me. This is something interesting, because the way I said about things which remind me of taking care of myself, like having rest, things I like about life, music. Every part of this music reminds me of me.
That is good. And the difference between the house coaching and the traditional interior design, you think what would it be?
For me, it's completely different approach. It's like it's something supplementing, I think, the traditional designing and thinking about design. I think people don't use this kind of approach when they want to organize their space. It's not the first idea you have to ask yourself, not only how useful this space can be, but also how will you feel about it if you design it in this way. If you not only design it, but it's not only about the design, it's about the appearance, about things that you put on the wall, the colors you put on the wall. Do you have even your favorite color? Do you have a color in which you feel good? Some questions will be asked, but most of them wouldn't be asked, and I think I wouldn't be able to change this room with the traditional way of thinking for a quite long time.
So you were more stuck with this room?
I was completely stuck, and I didn't know, I wouldn't know how to answer any of the traditionally asked questions with decorating of of any room.
So during the process, some blockages were like ruined.
Yeah, the limitations, the things that limited me from changing the space. I think the house coaching has this tool to solve this kind of problems. I think this is the one of the advantages I see. For me, it was the main advantage, because this was my main problem. I didn't know what and how and what will, even from the beginning, I didn't know where to go, what direction at all.
And how did it feel when you eventually knew what was limiting you and what were these limiting thoughts, and when putting them aside, how was it? Was it lighter? Was it how was the process then? After let's say half, what was the second half like? Was it joyful? Was it like reassuring? Was it like a house coat when you are feeling warm and safe?
I felt relieved that there's nothing wrong with me. I was just stuck with my ideas, and that there was a solution to my problem. I was thinking, because if you think for a long time on any problem and you can't find a solution, it's quite difficult after some time. And afterwards, you feel just relieved that that there was something you could do, and you just had to find a proper tool to do that.
Good. So, would you recommend house coaching for anybody who hesitates?
I would recommend it to everyone, actually, even if you have your space decorated already and it's done or fixed somehow, and you think that this is it and you don't have to change anything. It's actually worth asking yourself all of the questions that are being asked during the process, because with the limiting thoughts and the limitations in our head, we don't even know what we don't know. So I like the knowledge after this process. I learned a few things about myself. I remember even that one day I was crying because it was intense. It's one of the stories I could tell. If you want to know something also about yourself while decorating a room, this is one of the ways.
Wasn't it scary? If
yes.
is afraid.
yes, because these were not the process was not only about the questions, what colors do you like, and but these were deep questions about me, about my way of thinking, about my approach to different things, and what do I need, what I don't have, and what I maybe should have to feel better. And these are not light questions, so it can be scary.
But in the end, liberating.
Yes, but in the end, liberating, because you do it in safe space, with this atmosphere of trust. So this is between you and your coach, and the things that you are left with in the end are the things you gain, not only the decoration of your room, but also maybe some few things. It sounds quite blurry, I think, from what I say, but you have to just discover it on yourself.
Sylwia, I want to thank you so very much. We're talking almost half an hour, so I think it will be time to finish unless you want to say something more, anything that comes to your mind.
Anything that comes to my mind is that I really recommend working with you, because not only I appreciate your taste, because this is actually why I trusted you. You have excellent taste, and you are a very warm and good person. So this is a perfect combination for that.
Thank you. Thank you from my heart. Thanks, Sylwia. It was a pleasure working with you on your space, and I hope it will evolve even more and you will become even more a butterfly. And thank you, everybody, for watching us. And yeah, see you on next live. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.